2024 has been quite an incredible year for the UK, with so many new rides and attractions opening their doors across the country. From the UK's tallest and fastest roller coaster to a beloved old ride being completely refurbished and reborn. And from a stand-up coaster becoming sit-down to even one of the world's most confusing roller coasters, for us here in the UK, 2024 had it all. So today I have compiled a list of the top 10 best coasters, water rides and even pirate ships, apparently, that opened in the UK in 2024. And this time I can actually make a top 10 rather than a top 5 because for once we've decided to open more than a single ride in a year. But if you do go on to enjoy this video and you do want to see more about new rides coming potentially in 2025, then please be sure to subscribe to the channel. We're on the way to 90,000 subscribers now, which is still crazy to me, and we're getting ever so close, so if you want to help towards that goal, it'd be greatly appreciated. So then, the top 10 best new rides for 2024 in the UK. How is this list gonna work? We have to set out a few ground rules here because I'm not too sure how it's gonna work myself yet. We will start with number 10 first, and then we'll make our way to number 1, which is my favourite new ride that has opened. That's how top 10s work. Why am I explaining this? And I'll be talking more and more about them as we go along. But one thing I do definitely need to say is the fact that there are a couple rides on this list that I haven't actually ridden yet. So I will just be going off of their looks and also how I think they would feel on ride, which is pretty stupid, but I've seen reviews of all of them, so I pretty much know what I'm talking about. And yeah, if you want to leave your top 10 down below, feel free to. Let's get into it. At number 10, we have something that you might not have thought would be on this list because of how not thrilling it is, but for the theming and everything around it, I have to put it on here. I am talking about Splash Lagoon at Poulton's Park. This little log flume ride, which is very small. I'm probably about as tall as the drop on it. And it opened in May of 2024. And just look at it in some of these video clips, like, it looks like it's been there for ages. When you've got some rides that have opened this year or maybe in previous years that just look like mud pits when they open, seeing this amazing landscape that looks like it's been there for multiple years and all grown in around the ride, it is an incredible looking mini log flume. There's a section where there's loads of water jets that run over your head, and then there's obviously the main drop as well, which you go down at quite some pace and you do get very much splashed at the end. Funny that, considering it's called Splash Lagoon. Maybe it would just be a light drizzle lagoon. But I have been on that and I thoroughly enjoyed it. A great fit for Poulton's Park. At number 9, we have a ride that recently opened in the summer season. So technically autumn only just started, so maybe it opened yesterday. And I haven't actually been on this one because I've not been to the park yet. Ghost Ship at Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach. This is a 32-seater pirate ship ride, or ghost pirate ship by the name apparently. It swings to a height of 52 feet, and this is what it looks like. It's sort of got a nice colour scheme. I don't know why there's the colour selection in the top left. Let me just change them real quick. I'm playing Planet Coaster now. But this brand new pirate ship did come from Italy, and it actually replaced a previous ride at the park that was also a pirate ship. That's the old beloved ride being reborn that I was on about at the start. Don't worry about Nemesis Reborn. Ghost Ship Reborn. That's where it's at. And as much as it is just a pirate ship, it does seem like a great fit for Great Yarmouth Pleasure Beach. When I visit, I shall be riding it. At number 8, we have yet another ride I haven't been on. I need to get outside more. And this one again is another flat ride. That being Space at Ocean Beach Pleasure Park in South Shields. This swinging pendulum ride rocks back and forth and might go upside down. It doesn't go upside down, I've just checked. But it swings like a pendulum, and you definitely get a lot of good force on it. Because whilst you're swinging, you are also spinning quite fast on the disc that you're on. And yeah, probably quite disorientating. Now, in all fairness, I have actually done funfair rides very, very similar to this. So I have experienced it to an extent. I just haven't got the flat ride cred at Ocean Beach. But it looks like a fun ride. Maybe one day I will go and ride that one. But number 7, I know I will ride eventually, because yet another one I have not yet had the chance to do. I need to touch grass. Vertigo at Adventure Island. Now, in my series of this past week in theme parks, towards the start of the season where this was being teased and being built and then opened, I was actually talking about this ride quite a lot. So yeah, I should probably ride it soon. But it is an SBF Visa drop tower, towering at 38 meters tall. That's quite high. So high, in fact, it is the tallest ride at Adventure Island. You ascend to the top, spin around, have a lovely view, and then drop down in different cycles. And yeah, if you've ever been on Croc Drop at Chessington, it's pretty much that, but much taller. And this one actually spins as well. And as much as the drop doesn't look the most intense, I think the views and the sort of feeling you'd get in your stomach anyway do make up for that. So looks like a good ride. And guess what else I'm a fan of, because I've actually ridden this one. All of the rides from now I have been on. It's about time, I'm sorry guys. And number 6, we have Legoland's brand new dueling roller coasters, or one of them, Minifigure Speedway, the Legends side, which off the top of my head is the blue side. I really hope that's the one I'm talking about here. Minifigure Speedway relies heavily on that dueling aspect, so the two sides, All Stars and Legends, racing together down the hillside and sort of going past each other, really cool interactive elements. That's what makes it so good. But the reason I've placed the Legends side at number 6, I think with the way it's been profiled, you don't get the same sort of airtime and whip round as you do on number 5, Minifigure Speedway All Stars side. I may as well talk about it together considering it's literally the same coaster but mirrored. Because the All Stars side towards that lift is very much the same, but backwards, if you're at the front of that train, you're getting launched out your seat. The turnaround is super tight, so it's very, very forceful. And then going back round into the airtime hill, crossing over, getting to see the billboard once again, and winning the race quite a lot of the time. I don't actually know the percentage and ratio of how many times All Stars wins to Legends, but it seems like it wins every time I'm there. Which is both really fun when you're on the All Stars side, but also very annoying when you're on Legends. At number 4 now, we're going up one more, is another brand new reimagined attraction, or roller coaster, should I say. And if you haven't guessed it already, no, I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the Wave at Drayton Manor. Now, when we talk about reimagined rides, we often talk about the fact they've been retracked or new ride hardware's been brought in. Well, this one, I guess that sort of works because all they've really done is change the train, because the Wave used to be Shockwave and it used to have a stand-up train. It was very uncomfortable on occasion. I mean, I was just standing there and my shoulders felt like they were like being pressed down. So through the inversions and stuff, wasn't exactly the most pleasant experience, but now they have rethemed the entire coaster and placed the name The Wave on it, alongside a sit-down train with lap bars. And honestly, some of the forces you get on the 0G roll and the corkscrews towards the end, depending on where you're sat, you just get whipped out of your seat. In a good way though, and I absolutely love it, and I much prefer it to stand up, which I know is a very unpopular opinion, so sorry I disagree with you. But I guess it was a unique coaster. And it still is. Just like number 3, which is also at Drayton Manor. They had a very good year this year. I'm of course talking about their brand new Intamin roller coaster, Gold Rush. It's one of the first lift and launch coasters because I count 13 as that. It has a lift at the start and a launch at the end. And it has to be one of the world's most confusing rides and ride systems ever made, because as much as the theming around the area and the sort of looks of it, like Splash Lagoon where it actually looks completely finished, unlike when you get on the ride, you actually have 2 different cycles that you can get. One of them goes straight over the lift hill and goes around forwards first, and the other goes halfway up the lift, stops, and goes backwards to begin with. See, trying to explain it even still is so complicated. But this new ride opened in their brand new rethemed area of Frontier Falls, and it actually does look amazing. It may just be a family coaster, but my god, it is a fun one. I love Gold Rush, just like I love number 2. And that is another reimagined attraction, and it is very, very close to number 1. I'm of course talking about Nemesis Reborn at Alton Towers. And the reason this is the best reimagined attraction is because not only did they retrack the entire ride, but they gave it a brand new colour scheme, a brand new massive eye, and so much more theming, not only around the coaster, but around the area as well. But Nemesis Reborn is an absolutely amazing ride. I mean, I've been on it so many times, probably in the 30s or 40s now, and every time I visit, it seems to be running better and better. The new soundtrack, the inside of the station is just so atmospheric. The new rerouted queue line and everything all the way up into the sort of, I don't know, on top of the hill near car park bits. And obviously the way the ride interacts with that main eye theming piece. The fact that when it goes over that 0G roll, it like, smoke pours out and everything. Oh, I love it so much. It does come very close to number 1. And I may as well stop alluding to the fact of, oh, what could number 1 be? Because you probably already know it. It is, of course, Jolly Jockeys at Wicksteed Park. I'm joking, although that does look like a very good addition to that park. Hyperia at Thorpe Park, the UK's tallest and fastest roller coaster. They finally beat the record of the big one by, what, 1 foot? Actually, they beat it by more than that because 235 is measured from sea level. Well, either way, a 236-foot coaster that goes 81 miles an hour finally opened in the UK. We still haven't made it above 250 feet, but neither did Europe till about 7 or 8 years ago, so oh well. Now, the reason you sort of have to put this at number 1, no matter how it looks or anything, is because so many people, including myself, would rank this as one of the best roller coasters for their layout in Europe. The crazy elements that are on this ride, you know, that first drop, you are flying out your seat onto the M3, and then you bank round into the Immelman, which is nice floater airtime, and then that outer bank. What were they thinking when they made that? You barrel roll down into the dive loop, and that bit has a lot of hang time. You're just sort of into that splashdown, which hasn't worked since about June. 2 more hills, which are very underrated, and they do pop you out your seat quite a lot. Into the brake run. It's incredible. Either way, what do you guys think to my list? Hopefully you agree to some extent, because if you don't, then yeah, I can't really do anything about that. But if you do rank it differently, leave your ranking in the comments below. I'd be very interested to see it. And if you want to see a video about a brand new roller coaster that is coming to a park that wasn't actually on this list, then click here. Right here. It's a brand new coaster coming to the UK. It's going to be one of the first ever built like this in this country. The first, actually. And also subscribe. Bye-bye.